This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on LRodVNetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on LRodVNetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to LRodVNetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Hello, everyone. This is Lawrence Elrod with Thirsty Topics.
And I am Meryl Klima with Thirsty Topics.
Oh, where you were at?
How are you?
Well, Meryl, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I am very, very good.
Good.
How about you?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day today, not too cold. Finally in the double digits, no more single or below 0. So very happy about that.
Well, that's so funny because I'm like, finally a day that we're under 80 degrees here. So.
Oh, nice. Hey, you want to switch weather for a week?
I would. See, I want snow for like a week. I feel like it's good for everyone to switch for a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, would you take the 0-degree weather too?
For one day.
Well, talk about interesting stuff. Now, we all know that next weekend is a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I was totally blown away by this number here. But NBC Universal has sold several 30-second Super Bowl spots for over $10 million each. Notice I said 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to know where they get this kind of money for a 30-second spot. What do you think, Meryl?
I mean, are we paying for, yeah, I don't know how this money, how they get it. Is it just like part of their yearly budget, I guess? But that is crazy. Give us some of that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the sad part is that over the last few years, the commercials hasn't, to me, been all that great. They were okay. But are they $7 million, $10 million worth? I don't think so. What
Yeah.
about you, Meryl?
I agree. I think that it's definitely like, I mean, now, especially with AI and just computer generated, it doesn't seem like we need that much of a budget. Like I see people making TikTok videos probably on like a $200 budget and that are just as good. But it's very interesting. Now I feel like they're just trying to outdo each other. And don't you feel too that like the buzz of the commercials are almost like the commercials itself now too? You know, what everyone's talking about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember years ago watching the Super Bowl commercial, especially during halftime, was one of the biggest events next to the game because you saw
Mm-hmm.
something different, you saw some over the top, very hilarious. In fact, I remember this was years ago. In fact, Cedric the Entertainer was doing a commercial. I want to say it was for Bud Light, and he was on a date, and his girlfriend or his date got into a porta potty. And he heard his music and he started dancing, whatever, and he accidentally bumped the porta potty and it rolled downhill. And you can hear the water splashing in there. It
Oh my
was hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. That's very good. That's and that's like a good use of everyone's time and money. I think, and that's a memorable one.
Yes. So I remember that, and like I said, there've been some good ones along the way, but to me, that was, for so many reasons, that was the absolute best one because I was cracking up.
That's
Hysterical.
funny. That is super funny. That's great. See, I can't even remember one.
Uh-huh.
Like I think this is so funny, but I know last week I talked about my love of influencer and now Grammy nominee Addison Rae, and I think she had one that was with nerds, like the candy nerds, and I love that one. And that one was just simple. Like, I mean, I don't know how much that cost, but that one was like memorable to me, but still good.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And the other thing they started doing, which I think is crazy, is they started showing little bits and pieces of some of the commercials that will be airing. And to me, you're taking away from the commercial itself because if you're showing like a little teaser, a little piece of it, you kind of take it away because you kind of like, okay. And then when you do see it, it doesn't have the same effect because you've already seen
Yeah,
the commercial now.
exactly. Remember there was one about like I feel like how you said like sports stars and just to me it's like the simpler the better and the more powerful they always are too.
Oh, exactly, exactly. Because I think that when you do something that kind of relates to everyday life or everyday situations, people could go, "Oh my God, yes, I can see. Oh my God, that's me. That I've done that many times."
Yeah.
Though I've never knocked over a porta potty with my wife in it or something like that. So
That's always one of my biggest fears if I'm at a festival too. I'm like, please don't let me get trapped inside of this.
yeah, if that was a first date, that won't be a second date.
No, there'll be no date again. Definitely not. There'd be me calling the police or something. Well, someone that I would think would almost be good at having a Super Bowl ad would be Sydney Sweeney, who's constantly in the public for better or worse, with a lot of her antics. Now, this is so funny. So, like, basically, there's a few things here. She launched with a lingerie line called Siren. It's spelled Syrn, and I think the funny thing is too, like, I mean, okay, so also I think Jeff Bezos is a partner for this. So it's like a lingerie collection uh called like Seductress, and that she got a lot of she did like a publicity stunt where I think she like put a bra or whatever on the Hollywood sign. Now I'm saying this with quotes because I also know people who know people, and like I want everyone to realize that what we see is not exactly what happens. So when it looks like she's doing something on the Hollywood side, it may have not actually been that. so, I have a good authority to tell people to like question everything you see and don't believe anything you see. Basically, the part that interests me the most is that she gets a lot of women saying like, why would we buy lingerie from Sydney Sweeney? She appeals more to a male audience than a female audience. Now, to me, as like a consumer, I would love to get Sydney Sweeney lingerie and just like see what it looks like and at least give it a try. Like, I definitely think that I would give this, if I had the budget for it or whatever, I absolutely would purchase it. And I'm not the biggest Sydney Sweeney fan, but I do think it's funny that it's named Siren, like Syrn, but no one could figure out, like the younger people are like, what's a Siren? So to me, the name is kind of a flop. Like, I understand like what a siren is and everything, but Syrn, it's kind of a stupid business name, I think. For Sydney Sweeney, I think she could do so much better, like name wise. But I saw a lot of women complaining, saying she should make like a beer or a football or something that is like men related, but females are usually more of the consumers. And I'm like, well, she is known for her boobs and body and stuff. So like, why wouldn't she make lingerie? Like that makes total sense to me.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I think the name probably meant to have people talk about it.
I
Um,
know. It's just kind of stupid.
I mean, to be honest with you, it was an interesting spelling that she did, but
Yeah.
what it did, it's getting people talking about it. So as they talk about it, maybe it'll kind of influence them on possibly buying the brand a little bit better. So I think in a way it's kind of an evil genius when you think about it.
Exactly. I feel like it's almost trying to give like Skims, like Kim Kardashian's brand Skims, where it's just a word that we don't really like know why it's that way and it's
Yes.
spelled weird and stuff. But I think the success that Kim has had with Skims, oh, I guess Kim isn't the word Skims, but like it is the fact that it got so much word of mouth where people were wearing Skims and talking about how good it feels and really liking the product. So we'll see if Sydney Sweeney's actual clothes and like lingerie can do that. Because right now I don't know one person of my friends or anything that was like excited to order it. And then they were also saying, men, don't buy this for your woman, because she's gonna take it as like a hint that he wants you to be Sydney Sweeney. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, again, I don't know, but I don't think women would take it that way if a man buys it for his
No, not me too.
yeah. I mean, if they're thinking
But
like
yes,
that, it's like, wow, they must be really deep into Sweeney there.
exactly. I'm like, I would not take it as an insult. I would be like, excited or whatever. I would gladly take it.
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on LROTVNetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss in your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on LROTVNetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to LROTVNetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Yes. Well, talking about something that really is not very good, but I did want to at least mention it. Um, do you remember the movie The Blind Side?
Yeah.
Well, the actor that played it, his name is Quentin Aaron, is now on life support.
Ooh.
So, per Martin Luther Wardlaw, who's Aaron's firm manager and president of Ascension Studios, who was in communication with Aaron's wife, told ABC News on Monday that Aaron was on life support with a blood infection.
Ooh.
He stated that I can't tell you that things are looking more positive today than they were yesterday, Wardlow said at the time. So I did want to at least acknowledge that and say that I'm definitely sending out prayers for his family and close friends that he does make it through this and hopefully make a speedy recovery.
Yeah, that's really sad.
So, all right, Meryl, what do you
Well,
have?
let's see. I have, oh no, they took it down. Um, that's so funny. You always know it's a good news story when I go to see. Yeah, it was up for like a day and then they took it down. I'll find another source for it. Basically, it was about a Florida couple suing a fertility clinic. Let me get the right one. Okay, here we go. Florida couple sued fertility clinic after being implanted with the wrong embryo. I thought story was crazy. A couple said that they love their daughter, obviously, but now they have a moral obligation to try to find the child's real biological parents. This couple, Tiffany and Stephen of Florida, learned that they were implanted with the wrong embryo, and now they are going public with the attempts to find the parents. They have filed a lawsuit against IVF Life Inc., which operates as the fertility center of Orlando. And they said that, like the viable embryos were created with her eggs and his sperm, and an embryo was successfully implanted in April 2025. They noticed that the baby appeared to be a different race than either of the parents, and genetic testing confirmed that the child had no genetic relationship to the parents. I mean, this is crazy. To me, they seem like they're totally like normal about this. Like they're saying we love this baby and they're not, they're doing everything right. I would think that they would want to, where they're taking care of this baby and they're saying obviously we're grateful, but like that is a medical thing that you should sue over. And also they're also trying to find this baby's real biological parents and vice versa for them.
Yeah, that's a very, very difficult situation. And I would say that's probably one of the biggest fears of people going through the IVF procedure, of
Yeah.
having embryos, or even sperm mixed up, and using the wrong
Ugh.
one. Um, because it is a situation of, wow, what do you do? And obviously, the baby is clearly a different race. And once they did the genetic testing, it confirmed, no, it's not their baby. So, but then again, what happens to that other family that is experiencing, okay, I have a baby and the baby doesn't look like us
I
either.
know.
I mean, it's a tough call. You know, I guess what they're doing is what they want to reach out to them and switch babies, I guess.
I
Um,
guess. I mean, that could be the making of actually like a cute friendship. If it's like, hey, weird story, when you like kind of you take someone's jacket home by accident at a party and then you're like, whoopsies, I actually have your coat. But I mean, I think if done correctly and hopefully legally, this can be a situation where no one gets out hurt and everyone is like kind to each other. And then these babies would maybe have like another set of people that love them, even if they don't see them. Um, and also I totally understand suing because I mean, IVF costs so much money and with the
yes.
medical tests and hospital bills and all that kind of stuff that it's like, I don't think these people are just looking for a payday. I think they've probably spent like thousands upon thousands of dollars to have a
Or like
baby.
tens of thousands. It's very expensive.
Tens of thousands of dollars. Absolutely.
I guess looking at it from an objective view, if they were to find the real parents and then switch the babies back, and obviously there's, you know, legal, like birth certificate and stuff have to be corrected and stuff. I guess it won't be as bad because they're infants, they're babies,
Right.
versus let's say they're 5, 10 years old or something down the line. So I agree with you. I think if it's done correctly, the damage would be minimal. Though it'd be a hell of a story to tell your child one day, though.
I know. And I also think too, like I screw up at my job, or my job is like every now and then, but it's like, I'm not switching babies. And so it's a tough thing because it's like we do have humans working on this, but could you imagine if you're the person that was like, hey, sorry, I didn't have my coffee in the morning and I just by accident like switched up these babies. That's why I think there needs to be so many checks and balances too.
Oh, absolutely. And, depending on who made that mistake, they may be out of a job now.
I know. But I think about all like the little mistakes that I've made where I'm like, whoopsies, okay, I'm gonna feel better now about not like actually ruining someone's baby.
That's true. That's true. Because, look at it like this, Meryl. We've all made our mistakes, but there's someone who's always made way worse mistakes than we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, my topic, last topic, is a very interesting one. So, this gentleman, Keith Lee, exposed the tenderism scam. So, basically, what they're talking about, the tenderism scam, is this gentleman that went viral, and he talks about this meat that he has ingredients for, he's created, that falls off the bone. So literally, you buy this meat, it's very good, very tender, and you can have a big chunk on the bone. He'll hold it up in the air and it just falls off. It's just that tender.
Yeah.
Based on recent reports, a controversy arose early this year, 2026, involving Keith Lee and Destination Smokehouse in Murrieta, California, which is famous for their tenderism, a term associated with the viral tenderness of their barbecue, often promoted by Walter Johnson, also known as Mr. Tenderism. So the allegations is that social media users and viewers of Keith Lee's content pointed out the viral fall off the bone tenderism shown in some of the restaurant's videos appeared to be staged or manipulated. So many viewers
Mm.
argued that the beef ribs were cut beforehand to make it appear more tender to fall off the bone artificially for the camera. So, following a review of the visit, the restaurant faced significant backlash. The owner, Nick uh, Yupperman, faced criticism regarding his response to the situation, leading to a public discussion about the legitimacy of, at times, viral tenderism trend. Controversial details include that some commentators accuse the establishment of using decoy methods such as utilizing a smoker for show, while potentially using other cooking methods, which led to the accusations of a scam. Regarding the quality and preparation of the meat. So, following that at times intense online scrutiny, the restaurant and Mr. Tenderism personally shared their own perspective on the backlash. There's a lot there. What do you think, Meryl?
Um, I think it's interesting because obviously when restaurants are like promoting or doing videos, of course they might manipulate it a little bit to make it seem more juicy or make it seem more, fall off the bone. But I think when someone like Keith is just doing a straight up review and we're like believing that what we're seeing is what we're getting, then that's when we start to get into stuff. To me, like of all the things to worry about in the world and all the things we have going on, someone's meat not being like exactly how it looks in real life is like not even on my radar of like things I would get upset about. But I could see if you go to a place and spend money thinking it's a certain way and that it doesn't taste anything like that, that is false advertising. But at the end of the day, like I think it's either good or it's not. And I don't know, like maybe also do more reviews than just this video. Like I tend to look at more other people and their thoughts as well, not just like one person.
That's true. And let's face it, it's been going on for years how you see, perfect example, you see burgers from very well-established burger establishments, and the burger looks beautiful, it's juicy, it's full.
Yeah.
And you go to a restaurant, it looks nothing like that video that you saw on TV.
Exactly. I have that a lot too, where it's like, okay, obviously it looks, I mean, that's all the time. A lot of these TikTok places too, or like the restaurant will even look a certain way outside and then you get it and it's like, ew, this is smaller and not that good, that I thought about. But I don't know, the tenderism of it all. I think to me also, hopefully if it's kind of fall off the bone, then hopefully it's like at least close to what they're advertising.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is too is, I know a lot of people feel hurt because a lot of people felt like the gentleman that's on these videos that he made these recipes and stuff, and supposedly and allegedly the owner of the restaurant kind of stole his recipes and is making all the money off of them. I don't know if that's true or false, but if that is true, then that's a whole different situation. But again, sadly enough, Meryl, this doesn't surprise me. This probably happens way more than we think it does.
Oh yeah, definitely. And people will get paid to do reviews or paid to do it. But yeah, but I do love a good fall off the bone moment with barbecue.
As long as it falls off and it's seasoned very well, not overly
exactly.
Or seasoned just perfectly.
I'll have to see if any of the places that he's naming are in Los Angeles, and I can go and like I could be like an investigative reporter for all of us, and then immediately go there the next day and be like, let me see, what is this rib situation like?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Right. But this is still better than, remember last week we talked about like the McRib not even being a McRib at all. So at least as long as it's like an actual rib, then it's okay.
Amen to that.
Right. Well, my last one, I thought this was so sweet and sad, whatever. So, okay. So, Jarrell Big Baby Miller loses a hairpiece mid-fight. Big Baby delivered one of the wildest moments boxing fans have seen in a while, and it had nothing to do with the knockout. He earned a split decision win over Kingsley IB at Madison Square Garden. But when the fight went viral in round 2, it was when Miller had a right uppercut right off that sent his toupee flying off his head. So like, I thought this is so sweet and sad. I hate videos where people like lose their wig or lose their toupee or anything, because I just think that's like an embarrassing moment for someone. He handled it well. Before round 3, he ripped it off and threw it into the stands, where it was grabbed by heavyweight champ Fabio Wardley. And he said he's only gotten the hairpiece a few days earlier after a grooming mishap. So I think that's like, I don't know why, but that's so sweet and sad to me. And yeah, I hope he wasn't embarrassed by it and whatever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you run that risk because, now the big thing now is uh, men getting hair pieces where, let's say, they're maybe bald or half bald. Their hair is really not the greatest, and they get the hair piece that makes them look like they have a full head of hair. Maybe they look like they have dreadlocks, which is nice and everything. And don't get me wrong, the barbers that do this are artists. It looks beautiful, but you're really not fooling no one if your hair looks jacked up one day and the next day you come in and you look like a model.
I know. It's kind of funny. There's one video on TikTok that went viral of like a woman on a podcast and her wig falls off during the interview and she laughed so hard, like she took it so funny. And the guy interviewing her like can't speak. He's like shaking with laughter. And then it just gets like worse and worse. And the wig falls behind the couch. And they're so funny about it that every single time I see it, I will like stop and watch it and laugh. But you could tell she's talking and she's like, oh my God, what just happened? But I hate people feeling embarrassed or like insecure about that.
Yeah, and you know what? The best way to do it is to laugh at yourself and just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Because to me, it's silly, and I'm not judging the person. And who cares? This person is like a rich athlete, whatever. Get a toupee, that's fine. But
That's true.
obviously, I would be. How mad would you be at the place? Like, I would call the place that put it on and be like, "You idiot! I'm a professional boxer. Like, put it on the right way."
But here's the crazy thing too. If you only put it on a couple of days before the boxing match, why not just wait till after the match is over to put it on?
Exactly. I know he said a grooming incident, so I have to wonder what it was.
Yeah, that's code for the liners went too far. And
I know.
I mean, a little bit of mess up, you could probably play that off, but if you're like, like, oh boy.
I
You know,
know.
So yeah, that probably happened. Like, oh boy. So
Oh,
hey,
I don't know why, but that definitely like hurts my little heart.
well, you know what? He took it in stride. Just all right. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Meryl, wow. This time went by very fast.
It did. This was super fun.
Well, Meryl, what do you have coming up?
I'm gonna pick a weird one. Okay, I'm gonna pick a weird one. So February 27th. You guys have heard me talk about this before, where I do like a series. I'm part of a series called Horror Nerd, which about horror movies and stuff. This one is really fun. It's February 27th, and it's at a mortuary in Pasadena, California. So like an actual, real, functioning mortuary. It's called Missing at the Mortuary, and there's a bunch of us. And the headliner for this one is a man named Dana Gould, who's like a pretty big comedian. So I'm looking now. It's like a great lineup. It's a really cool lineup, and it's if you like horror and you like kind of darker things, then come on out.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It should be very fun.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening to us. We really appreciate your support. And if you want to see something totally different and funny, definitely go check out Meryl. You would definitely love this.
Exactly. It's not as creepy as it sounds.
Okay. So they're not going to have any corpses there to kind of like liven up the end?
No. My toupee might fly off, but yeah, that's it. Actually, I'm looking at myself in the Zoom, and I'm like, I either need a toupee or to like wash my hair today. So I know what I'm doing after this.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for supporting us and being here to watch and share. I am Lawrence Elrod.
And I'm Meryl Climo.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on elrodthenetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on lrodbnetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to lrodbnetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.